The mother of disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, 84-year-old Janice, arriving at court today to show support for her son, who's seeking release on bail. And she was jeered and heckled by the crowd of onlookers.
Diddy's a predator.
Also there, 6 of his children, all creating a human chain as they headed for the courthouse. Diddy walked into the courtroom wearing a tan prison jumpsuit. When he saw his family seated in the 3rd row, he smiled and waved at them. When the proceedings ended, he blew them kisses. Diddy's attorney, Anthony Rico, talked about his mood.
So he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him.
Attorney Gloria Allred, who represents several of the alleged victims, says Diddy's fame should have no impact on his trial.
You're not above the law, and so you have to face the consequences of what you are alleged to have done.
The judge ruled that Combs will remain in jail until his trial, which is set for May 5th, 2025. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges.
Have you been able to speak to your son?
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing well? How are you feeling today?
Sean Diddy Combs appeared in federal court today. It was the music mogul's first appearance before a new judge who will preside over his trial on sex trafficking charges. The previous judge recused himself because of a relationship with one of Combs' attorneys. A trial date was set for May 5th of next year. Now, prosecutors say so far they have seized 100 electronic devices from Combs that are now working to extract data. 51 of them were found at his LA mansion during that raid in March. Others found at his Miami estate and on his person during a search at a private airport in Florida. Now, Combs remains in federal custody after previous requests for him to be released on bail were denied. He also denies all of the charges against him. Joining us now is ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky, who was in that courtroom. So, Aaron, first of all, it sounds like authorities also subpoenaed records from Combs' company as well. What's the latest there?
They did. We don't know what they subpoenaed, but we know that prosecutors believe Combs did not act alone. He's the only one charged, but they believe as the leader of what they've called a criminal enterprise. There were a network of people who worked for him, who enabled freak-offs, these orgies that women were allegedly forced to partake in after they were drugged and held against their will. So prosecutors are amassing a lot of evidence. That's all going to be part of this trial now set for May 5th.
And of course, that reignites the question here of will we see more defendants named? But also, Aaron, we know that Combs' lawyers are accusing federal prosecutors and agents of leaking that hotel surveillance footage of Combs that prosecutors say shows him attacking his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. And Aaron, we know this was originally obtained by CNN, but what are both sides in this case arguing about that piece of video?
Well, the defense is accusing the government of leaks, and they want it to stop. The government says that's a baseless accusation. The government didn't even have the video before it aired on CNN, a prosecutor said, and they said this was just a defense tactic to try and get a damning piece of evidence removed from the case.
And Aaron, since you were in the courtroom there today, what was his demeanor like today? And does his team at all have a chance of getting him out on bail before this trial starts in May?
Diddy was a lot more relaxed today, Kana. He looked a lot less bloated than we've seen him during prior appearances. He was in a jail-issued beige, kind of ill-fitting smock and pants. He was shackled at the ankles, no handcuffs, so he was able to wave to his mother and children who filled 2 rows of the courtroom. The defense is still asking for his release on bail, but they have an appeal pending before a federal appeals court. So there was no application today. And the defense, if they can't get him released, are going to stick with MDC in Brooklyn, this troubled federal lockup. So far, it seems to be going well, the defense says, though they say they reserve the right to try and move him somewhere else.
All right. We know there's a lot to come still. All right, Aaron Katersky, thank you so much for being here with us today. And also, for those of you watching, if you want an in-depth look at the recent arrest here on the music mogul, you can tune into a special edition of ABC's 2020 The Secret Life of Diddy is streaming on Hulu.
The mother of disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, 84-year-old Janice, arriving at court today to show support for her son, who's seeking release on bail. And she was jeered and heckled by the crowd of onlookers.
Diddy's a predator.
Also there, 6 of his children, all creating a human chain as they headed for the courthouse. Diddy walked into the courtroom wearing a tan prison jumpsuit. When he saw his family seated in the 3rd row, he smiled and waved at them. When the proceedings ended, he blew them kisses. Diddy's attorney, Anthony Rico, talked about his mood.
So he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him.
Attorney Gloria Allred, who represents several of the alleged victims, says Diddy's fame should have no impact on his trial.
You're not above the law. And so you have to face the consequences of what you are alleged to have done.
The judge ruled that Combs will remain in jail until his trial, which is set for May 5th, 2025. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges.
Are you looking for entertaining and educational content to watch? Subscribe to our YouTube channel today for a variety of interesting videos on topics you love. Join our growing community and never miss out on new uploads. Hit the subscribe button now. Discover new ways to learn and be entertained by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Engage with like-minded viewers and stay updated on our latest videos. Don't miss out. Click the subscribe button and be part of our exciting YouTube community.